Rawr! Hello and welcome to Pony and Wolf Productions Midnight Readings. I'm Midnight, and let's get to it. Today we'll be reading A High Price, written by Joria. I don't think we've had this author, but maybe? Looks slightly familiar. Hope you all enjoy. Twilight looked around the alien landscape, scowling a little. She had come all the way to the realm of chaos to find discord. Not only was she already annoyed with the creature, she also hated this strange world that didn't obey any kinds of logic. She went on the hunt across ever-changing streets and valleys. It didn't truly take her very long, but it felt like an eternity as time didn't quite seem to be the same in Discord's realm of chaos. Twilight approached the base of a large tree, looking up at Discord on its peak. A peak that technically shouldn't be able to support his weight, but it was Discord. He looked down at her call, smiling and disappearing before appearing next to Twilight.
Oh, your Majesty, thank you so much for visiting my realm. It is truly an honor to have someone of such noble prestige visiting my humble home.
Discord made a deep bow and looked back up, grinning at her.
To what do I owe the pleasure of your company?
Twilight rolled her eyes, good-naturedly. Discord liked his jokes, and she did come seeking him out, so she couldn't fault him for being him. I haven't asked. Are you supremely blind, or are you just not interested? Discord visibly faltered, his grin disappearing for a moment before he readopted it.
Whatever do you mean, Princess? Have you been pining for my company? I do apologize for not making myself more available to you. I shall endeavor to visit the castle more often.
This time the eye roll was not so good-natured. To Twilight it was obvious that Discord knew exactly what she spoke of, and was avoiding it. I mean Fluttershy. From your response, I'm pretty sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. Twilight narrowed her eyes, daring the Draconequus to try and play the fool any longer. Discord sighed and snapped his fingers. The two of them disappeared and reappearing on the cliffside, looking over the whole of Equestria. Twilight blinked in surprise, looking around suspiciously, but it didn't seem like they were any longer in the realm of chaos. Looking out over the landscape, Discord grinned.
Look at your kingdom, Twilight. What do you...
She approached the cliff. Though she gave Discord a sidelong glance, she was thinking there was likely some purpose to the situation. She wasn't sure what it was, but she was willing to humor Discord, for the time being at least. Equestria? There's Ponyville, Canterlot, Manhattan. I'm not getting your point here, Discord. We're talking about Fluttershy. Discord nodded, as he too looked out over the cliff, seeing the cities that Twilight spoke of.
They're here, but do you know what I see?
Twilight shook her head, and Discord waved his paw, the landscape changing in front of their eyes. At least the vision that they saw changed. She assumed he didn't just morph all of Equestria into different shape.
I see Griffinstone, still in its prime. I see Canterlot, ruled by a unicorn princess. I see Cloudsdale when it was a military outpost, and when Earth ponies still only lived in farming communities.
Twilight looked at him sidelong.
I see the world as it was. I loved all those places. Even the Pegasi had their fun times in chaos.
Twilight nodded, still a bit baffled. Okay, I'm still not getting your point, Discord. I'm starting to think you legitimately don't know what I'm talking about. Discord shook his head slowly, his usual flippant, happy face serious.
I know. You think she's in love with me, and you might be right. She'll get over it. She will find another.
Twilight sighed a bit. Okay, so you don't feel the same. It'd be kinda nice if you tell her that. Discord paused for a long moment, before slowly shaking his head.
I'm afraid that I promised not to lie to Fluttershy.
Twilight stared, then face-offed. Well, if you feel the same, then just tell her that. She'll be overjoyed. It was a full minute of silence before Discord waved a claw through the image in front of them, bringing fire, showing the wars that once spread across the realms. The wars, the plagues, the darkness, the death. He looked out as it reflected in his big eyes, though it was far too broad a view for Twilight to see the specifics of the horrible events. Discord looked at them, remembering them on a more personal level.
No, Twilight. I cannot do it.
Twilight shuddered a little as the images in front of her died away, glad that such things were no longer there to see, but she still wasn't entirely sure she understood Discord. But, I'm going to be alive for a good long time too, but I don't plan on... Twilight hadn't actually made many plans for romance, but she wasn't against it. Discord smiled again.
You'll live for 100 years, 1,000, 10. You'll either die and forget, or move on to the next world. Whichever one of those is true, it matters a little. I am Chaos, Twilight. I will be here until the time itself ends.
Twilight nodded slowly, sitting down next to him on the cliff, before she looked back up at him. Well, I'm sure she'll move on if you show you're not interested. Discord nodded, snapping his claws again, and they were back in his domain. Discord started to slither back up his tree. He paused about halfway up, looking at Twilight for a long moment. She eventually nodded and turned to go. He smiled a sad smile, looking out over his realm.
There is an end in love, and the ones we have loved.
Twilight looked up at him as he slowly shook his head. She could see the regret in his eyes.
And that price is too high for me to pay, even once.
Aww, Discord. But isn't that what makes life worth living? There's a reason why immortality is seen as a gift but more a curse. It makes sense, though, that Discord of all people would understand this, at least a little. That was A High Price, written by Joria. I hope you all enjoyed, and keep watching that moon. Bye!